Hey everybody, welcome back to the comment section. The NFL wildcard round playoffs are in the books. Poker guy. Oh, there's joy. There's joy in Philadelphia. There's joy in Portland, Oregon. At least one little pocket in Portland, Oregon.
I was rooting
Thank you,
for it too, bud.
Cody.
I was rooting with you. Cody.
Cody. What have you done? His sixth.
You
that was
idiot.
his sixth upright and/or crossbar hit this year. So
Yeah, the best part was like they did like the re-highlights, so they did like the 6 times that he hit the crossbar just to add insult to injury, and then they just replayed him, and Collinsworth was like, "There's another one. There's another one. There's another one." Just kind of rubbing it in. But I don't know. Do you see
he
at the end,
single-handedly
man?
lost that Green Bay game. I think that was that Green Bay game or Minnesota. Whoever that
And
one
the Lions.
he hit
the
4
Lions.
in that same
Yeah,
one.
I think that was the Lions game.
The Lions.
Lions game. But did you see after? What were they doing at the end? They were doing like a little powwow or something. They were all grouped up.
They
to
were
the center of
praying.
the fields. Praying. What do you mean?
Yeah, I mean people get together after football
At the end of games and they pray.
Yeah, I mean that's a small contingent of people. I'd say 15 to 20%. Most people are wrapped up in that. And then there's a small amount of the ultra fulls, kind of religious sort of like those really religious people, regardless of the outcome of the game, be it victory or crippling, staggering defeat, or if you're Cody Parkey himself, utter and complete failure at the pinnacle of your sport, being a joke for years to come, being on Steve Bartman level of being hated as an athlete and or sports figure in the city of Chicago. There's no way, there's 0% chance that Cody Parkey is the kicker for the Chicago Bears next year. 0% chance, not happening. He's not going to be a member of that team. You can't come back from that. You can't look at that guy.
Yeah, you can't do that for a game-winning field goal. And I think the best part was Doug Peterson. He iced the kicker.
Him.
You never see coaches accurately do it. You know, the kickers will sometimes miss the first shot, and then the coach will call a timeout, and then it's like, oh my god, you fucked up. You shouldn't have called the timeout.
Yeah.
But Doug
Then
Peterson did it right. Yeah, then
he did it up right. You could tell on that first one though, when Parkey put that through. He didn't pure that thing. That thing barely got over. So he knew, the ball's cold. I got to get at this thing. So he went at it just a little bit harder. And I always think that a golf swing is a lot like a kicker's kick. And most of the time when you're trying to hit a golf ball a little bit harder than you should, you'll come down over the top of it and kind of pull it a little bit. So I always think kickers hook the ball when they're trying to – I'm just talking out my ass. I don't fucking know anything about
No, you're probably right.
Football.
No, you're right. You get that extra momentum in there, that extra torque, and you just like maybe 2 degrees to the right. Just your hips are a little out of line, boom, and it just goes right. But the best part was that it hit not just on the way up, but on the way back down. It was like
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it.
It was good.
My wife had just gone upstairs at the. I think the end of the third quarter, her actual words, sorry, BDN's just not doing it for me, babe. She'd had enough football, and I like hanging out with her, but
the slow game.
She doesn't appreciate it when you scream. Yeah, I mean, most people don't. If they're just sitting around doing, I don't know, some administrative, like, working on something on their calendar and you're sitting next to them, they're perfectly fine to let the game go on. But if you start screaming, fuck yeah, baby, fly, Eagles, fly, or whatever you want to scream at the moment, you can't really do that. So I got to sit there and kind of like library scream if she's in the room while I'm watching. It's literally, fuck yeah. It's just weird. I'm like a serial killer, looking at shit on the internet. Like that's the vibe that you give off. So she's had enough of that. So she goes upstairs. So I was glad she had just kind of, I had the ability to yell. So I yelled and I screamed when that fucking hit there. That was hilarious. That was absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, it's pretty epic.
Oh, man.
It was pretty epic. You had to do like a little golf clap too, like a little,
But what is he thinking? Like, what is there a central prayer guy in that thing that just
I don't
says,
know. I don't know.
Lord, thank you for keeping everybody except for Alan Hearns. Didn't Alan Hearns, is he in that game?
No, that was
No, he was.
the
Oh, he was the
Dallas game.
Cowboys. He was
Yeah,
in the
that was
Dallas
a
game. Sorry,
Cowboys
I thought
receiver.
he
Yeah,
didn't he play for the Bears for like a year or something. Yeah, I'm
I
thinking
don't
of
know.
somebody else. But anyhow, thank you for keeping everybody safe. It's great. Everybody had a great game. Except for Cody back there in the back.
Except for
So Lord, look out for Cody walking home tonight. Give him strength. May his car be nimble as he cruises home. And may his security systems be on full alert because the whole city of Chicago fucking hates that guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how the Bears fans feel. Not the stakes of it. Obviously, trying to beat Arizona State and having your kicker choke at the end and knowing that that's coming. Because Herm Edwards, he fucking iced our dude too. So he iced that kid. And then Parkey, he iced himself. He was already iced before he went out there. He looked
like you said, he's been
shaky
iced
with
all
that
season.
camera on him, man. He did not look like a killer. He did not look like he was a killer.
He looked skinny. He looked like real skinny,
Jesus.
you know? He didn't look right. He looked maybe a little sick. It's a little cold up there in Soldier Field. And maybe took a little bit too much Allegra, or Ambien, whatever the fuck it is, like the nasal stuff. He's not feeling
Ambien's
right,
the one where you wake up and you fucking
you're like
paint your
driving in your
toenails
sleep.
and jack off while you're sleep driving.
Yeah.
The other
Sleep
stuff,
driving.
I don't know. It sounds like a pasta.
Well, either way, congratulations. I know you were excited. It was fun to root for BDN. It was overall a terrible game, but that last possession where he drove the ball all the ways in, that was a good one. I felt myself.
It was classic Foles.
Yeah, no, I felt myself yelling at the TV. Very slow, meticulous kind of a player. He did have that nice throw, but it was enjoyable to watch. So BDN, congratulations. You're gonna have a hard time with the Saints, though. I don't care how many fly eagle
It
flies
starts already.
chance.
Hey, just start not believing in them. Just start not believing in them. They need that. They need that.
It's like, it's like the more energy or the more negative energy that he gets, the more powerful he becomes.
He feeds off of that.
Yeah. He's like Christian Arizona boy Beetlejuice. People keep just saying negative things, and he gets stronger. But
so that was
anywho, congratulations.
That was quite the delight. I could have done without the 2 interceptions on Foles' part. One of them was his guy just getting out muscled by Roquan Smith. The other one was dog shit. That was a really bad pass.
He was playing bad at the beginning. He was playing absolutely terrible. But Mitch Trubisky, man, 300 yards, 1 touchdown. He had a good game. But you got to give credit to the Eagles' defense. The Eagles' defense played a pretty good game. Their secondary was playing tight. So it's nice to see. They're going to need that when they play the Saints next week.
I mean, the Saints have been shut down. The Cowboys got to them. A couple other teams have gotten to them. Don't underestimate the Eagles. If anybody's been doing that for the last month, they've been doing that at their own peril. Because the Eagles are not only winning, but I'm pretty sure I think they are covering the hell out of everything too. Because they've been dogs in like 3 of those 4.
I think the only game that they were actual favorites in was the Texans game, but that was the Bill O'Brien effect, if you will.
They were definitely favorites in that Redskins game. I know they were 6 or 7 point favorites.
Well, that was the Redskins too. That was an easy win.
It's the Redskins. I mean, I don't know what the Redskins are going to do at quarterback next year. That's a fucking mess for them. But
yeah, they're in rebuilding stage.
It's messes of a quarterback. Let's move on. Lamar Jackson had a fucking tough day today. I saw that coming down the pike. I didn't put money on any of Saturday's games, which was good. I put a little bit of money on the Eagles game. That was the only thing I really put money on. I loved that 6.5, or it ended up being 6 at a lot of spots. But I love that one. That was the only thing I actually put any money on. I don't know. I didn't have any real feel for anything, but I did think the Chargers were going to be able to shut down the Ravens on their second look at them in a month. Like I felt like they had a good chance to figure that shit out, and they really
Absolutely.
did.
They did. It was weird too. At the end of the game, I feel like a lot of the calls were going towards the Ravens because the score 23-17 is not an indicator of how the game went. I mean, it was a pretty terrible game by the Ravens. They had that final touchdown where the guy caught it and then fell out of the end zone. They ended up reversing that. That game was kind of hard to watch. It was a very slow game, and they kept stopping the game for penalties and camera reviews, and it was really frustrating to watch in real time. I wish it was I could have red zoned it or something.
It was boring. I really missed the
It
red
was
zone
really
today.
boring. It was really
My
boring.
wife even said she said something about watching the red channel, and I looked at her. I said, "It's not fucking on again until September."
Chicks, bro. Chicks, bro.
And she was very sympathetic though. She's
Yeah.
oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Well, she can probably watch you, and she probably doesn't like those commercials either. So she can sit down and spend time with you instead of watching commercials the whole time.
I don't think she gives a shit about the commercials or the football. It's all the same to her.
Right.
As long as I'm not yelling or like creepy internet stalker yelling because I can't contain myself because it's a fucking Eagles game.
Beating
So,
the Bears.
yeah.
Beating the
But
Bears.
anyhow, I mean,
Yeah, so
here's the thing though. John Harbaugh, is that the right Harbaugh? Yeah,
I think
John
it's Jim.
Harbaugh.
I think it's Jim, right?
No, Jim's at Michigan.
You
John's at Baltimore, and Jack's a crazy dad.
So they're all J's, triple J.
Triple J's. And then, he's a crazy Harbaugh dad. But here's the thing. If you're John Harbaugh, you just signed a contract extension and then saw the home fans clamoring for Joe Flacco based off
weird.
your quarterback's performance. There's got to be a little bit of buyer's remorse where that you got to be a little bit worried. I get it. He's played, 8 games. He's a rookie. He's 20 years old. Sam Darnold looked terrible for a while. Everybody looks terrible for a while. But you got to be a little bit worried about how quickly is Lamar Jackson able to turn around, because teams are not going to put up with that shit. I mean, the Wildcat just doesn't work long term.
Yeah,
and that's all it is.
You said that he signed an extension, Jay Harbaugh?
Jay Harbaugh.
He did? He signed an extension?
He did, I think.
I
I don't know if he signed an extension, but they definitely said he was coming back next year.
That's weird. I thought he was one of those coaches that was in fuck it mode, and that's kind of why he went to Lamar Jackson in the first place, because he's like, I'm not winning games with Jay Flacco. I'm going to win games with Lamar Jackson, I thought that was the whole point. That's why he did it. So it's interesting that he got an extension because, like you said, they were booing Lamar Jackson going into the fourth quarter. They were booing him. How many 3-and-outs do you need before people start getting frustrated? So they wanted Joe Flacco.
They came back a little bit, obviously. They did. Final score.
But that was, like I said, that was the refs that kind of helped him out there. I didn't like that at the end. If ever I was,
they had the ball at the very end too, where he got strip sacked.
Yeah, there was strip sacked, and then of course the game was over at that point. There's only so much the referees can do, but I felt like a lot of the calls, pass interference, holding. They had a ridiculous holding call on the edge. Some guy made a Ravens defender fall, and they called holding on it after a first down.
Oh, I saw that one. That was a little bit brutal.
Yeah,
I felt like that was bullshit.
I get what they're doing. I understand they're making the games close for consumer value. The games are closer, and it might, people that have a little bit of equity, and they have control over the Vegas lines a little bit. I'm sure they're betting and they like that type of shit, but it ruins the game. It really does, and it makes a viewer not enjoy the game. So I don't know. I didn't like that at all. But the game, the score, 23-17, 24-17. Was not an indicator of the Ravens being close. They played absolutely terrible. So we'll see next year what ends up happening. I think Joe Flacco is not going to be in a purple uniform next year. I think he'll probably land somewhere in Miami, maybe Arizona, something like that. Maybe Oakland. But
you got to look at both of those Florida teams. You also have to look at Tampa. Washington as a landing spot for some people. I wouldn't wish that upon Sir Nicholas Foles, but there's a scenario where Joe Flacco signs a 1-year contract to play in Washington.
Yeah.
$15 million or something like that.
New York, Washington, Tennessee could use a quarterback. I mean, there's so many places that don't have a good. I mean, Denver. There's a lot of places that need a quarterback, and I don't know if you
I
saw that,
like
but Joe
Foles in
Flacco.
Denver, and I like Foles in Jacksonville. Those are the
What
two
if Foles
spots where I
gets?
like him.
You know what? This is an interesting one. Foles plays kind of like a poor man's Brady. I could see Foles getting traded to the New England, and then ushering a new
Interesting.
age of Belichick. Maybe McDaniels is still there. Belichick, McDaniels, Foles, the Holy Trinity, and then they win like three
He
or
just
four
blew
Super
my mind
Bowls.
right there.
Well, it's possible, because he's a
I
slow,
can't put that in my mind.
uncoordinated. He does throw lasers, but goddamn, he throws when he throws a bad ball, he throws a bad ball. Sometimes I'm like,
Yeah,
what are you doing, bro? I was like, what is wrong
he'll
with
put a
you?
bad one out there.
Yeah,
But he put enough good ones out there. We keep coming back to that. But the
yeah.
Eagles did
So at the
win.
end of the day, he's eating finger W's, so he's
He's
a winner
eating those
here.
delicious finger W's. There's no coach. There haven't been any coaches hired yet, I don't think.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
But
No.
so
I
the
really like
Chargers
the
are moving
Chargers
on.
coach.
They're
I
gonna
really
move
like
into
it.
New England. What's that?
I like that Chargers coach. I really like him.
I like him too. He was
Good.
aggressive when he needed to be. I thought he made a lot of the right moves today,
Mm-hmm.
and
Did.
the Chargers are ready to play. But here's the thing: they're one of the best teams in the NFL, and they just continued to prove that. And the best
Yeah.
news for them is they don't have to play in LA anymore. They're going to go play in a great New England stadium next week, and if they win that, the only way they have to play at home is if Indy wins,
I
which
hope
could
they have to play
happen.
the StubHub Center. How does that
AFC
work?
Championship at the StubHub Center, that'd be horrible.
That means dope, dude.
There'd be
That'd be
so many
sick.
fucking Indianapolis Colts fans there. You know there
There'd
would
just be
be
so many goobers there, like just
so many Indy goobs
goobers, just
just flying
goobers,
out there.
just fucking goobers. Like
Like
soccer
who?
fans,
Just total bandwagoners at that point. How many Chargers games you been to this year? Fuck it, dude. This is the first
Zero.
one.
Fucking girl.
This is the first
Yeah.
one, man. AFC Championship. We're going to the Super Bowl, baby. Woo.
I love Frederick Oceans. Frederick Oceans, that's my cornerback. He's the man. And Melvin Gordana, he's really good too. Ride or die, bruh. Ride or die.
Philip Rivers, Bolo Test, bro. Yeah.
Woo.
I'm a
Although he
Rams
hasn't
fan.
been rocking.
I mean,
He
excuse
hasn't
me,
been rocking
Chargers
the ball,
fan.
I'd say.
Who am I fucking rooting for today? I'm
Go
going AFC
Raiders.
Championship game tomorrow, man. Go Rams. Woo.
Go Raiders. Woo. Wait, the Raiders, right? Is it the Raiders? Chargers. Woo.
I
Go
mean, that's the
Bolts.
thing.
Go
You could
Bolts.
conceivably get. I mean, who are the? You got Dallas, right? Dallas at the
Dallas is
Rams.
playing Rams. Yeah.
So you could conceivably. I mean, there's a good chance that the Rams beat the Cowboys. There's a very, very good chance that the Eagles beat the Saints. Very good
It's
chance.
a very improbable chance that the Eagles are going to beat the Saints.
It all kind of always comes back to the Eagles at this point.
Well, you never know,
with,
man. Drew Brees could have a flare up, and next thing you know, his cheek is really itchy. He's going to be throwing him off a couple degrees, and next thing you know,
just missing those throws by just
yeah,
a little bit.
but just a little
Just
bit of water
little
weight in
bit.
his cheek, kind of closing his eye a little bit, applying a little pressure.
His ears
making-
off.
Yeah. Why is my face so itchy? God.
Why does it? Oh God, I just can't get it to stop. I'll tell you what. You can't get to stop. And I'm never gonna get to stop at this point. Is you fucking bagging on Bill O'Brien?
Was I wrong? Was I fucking wrong?
No, not
was I
wrong.
wrong? He's
I'm not saying
terrible,
Bill
man.
O'Brien is a great coach. I'm not gonna get up here and say that. I think he's okay. I think he's okay.
I don't.
I think he's good to okay. Okay to good.
don't.
I really
don't.
do. They won 11 games this year. They lost to the Colts, though. Colts 21-7. Of course, I didn't like it enough to put money on it, but I was on the Texans. We were on the
I wanted to put money on
over
that.
there too. So off to a very cold start on that front. Hashtag fade Bobby. You had a hot Saturday morning, but the Jim broke out the victory mortar and pestle on an early Saturday evening. There was some shit that went
Hell
down
yeah.
Saturday. Jim gets
Hell
partying
yeah.
that early in the day. You know they're having a hell of a time.
Hell
in
yeah.
Indy
They're still
slash.
partying, dude. They're still partying.
Yeah, there's one Lambo that's still rocking and rolling, and that's Jim's. But Andrew Luck, he had a good game. You know,
Andrew
wasn't
Luck is
piling up the
awesome,
yards,
man. Yeah, but he is good though. A lot of that offense
but
runs through him. If you watch him
yeah,
play, I mean, he is fantastic. They're
he's
lucky over
great.
there.
He needs to get a handle on that beard and that haircut. Like, I think he just needs to go full Sting mode and just kind of shave most of it all off.
He's gotta
I
go
don't know
Phil
if he's doing something.
Collins. You gotta go Phil Collins with like the thing in the middle. You know, the little line.
I don't know
He's
if
got the
he's doing
line.
one of those rally beards. I think Frank Reich is doing a rally beard. I don't know if
Oh,
Andrew
Raleigh
Luck
beard.
is doing a sympathetic rally beard or what's going
No,
on.
but Frank Wright's got a nice beard though. He's got a good one.
Yeah, his is good. He's in command of that thing.
Yeah. Andrew Luck needs like
But
that stupid shit that you see online, like the beard grease. You know, all the cool
yeah.
kids that drink like hoppy beer and ride bicycles. Those kids, they get that. Those like creams they put in their beer. They get a flannel
Do you know
shirt.
where I can find a nice microbrewery anywhere around here? Any recommendations?
Have you seen my new piece? What? My new piece? It was done by Esteban at Crater Links Inks Factory. You mean your fucking tattoo? No, I haven't seen your fucking piece, bro. They call them
Okay.
pieces now. Like it's my piece. You know,
Tattoos are called pieces. I mean,
because
I've heard them called
they're
that.
pieces of artwork now. You know, but
Yeah.
it's just stupid. It doesn't sound right to me. It's like it's a tattoo, bro. Call it a tattoo.
There are some tattoos that are pieces of artwork, and a lot of tattoos are just fucking tattoos, is what I would say. Right? A lot of people think that it's artwork,
God, you're
but
smart. God, you're
it's
smart.
just kind of shit. But there are certain tattoos where you see and you think, okay, I get why that person would be content with having that fucking looking at that magic in the mirror every day. Because there's a
I
lot of
have this
good ones
friend of
out there.
mine. She's got she got one when she was 19. She has like a pot leaf like on her leg, and she's got kids and shit. Now you know now of course buyer's
Yeah.
remorse. You know, 20 years later she's got kids. You know, and that's her biggest insecurity. You know, she's a very nice looking lady, but her biggest insecurity is she's got this giant 20-year-old tattoo pot leaf that she paid like $30 for, like in
Yeah.
1982. You know, it doesn't look very good as you can imagine. Bobby Fever it looks like dog shit. So, but I don't want to get
She's
into
got to get
tattoo
some
bash.
artists to do something over that, you know.
To put like a
Go,
new piece over it, you know, something
yeah.
nice, like a new piece, you know.
Turn it into some sort of aquatic, you know, I guess it's green, you know, go green over it again, you know, do a lush green.
Do some Marvel like hyper realistic piece, you know. You get the tree
Do a Hulk, do
kid,
a giant Hulk. That's
do
great.
the Hulk,
Yeah.
do the raccoon, do the Hulk, the raccoon, and the tree, you know, mix it up.
A Groot. Get yourself
Groot.
a Groot, lady.
Groot, get
Do
yourself
that.
a baby Groot. But yeah,
Get
dude,
yourself a Groot.
I wanted to. I don't know if you got this text. I texted you yesterday when Bill O'Brien was shitting his pants. I sent you a text #burners because the burners are wrong.
Yeah.
The burners are wrong. They've only won. I think I was looking back at it. They've won 3 playoff games, 2 against the Bengals and 1 against like some fucking other team. I don't know, but they haven't been good at all for the last couple of years, and they need to get rid of Bill O'Brien. They need to get rid of him. It's time for a change, and I'm all for it. They need to get rid of him because that was a very, very poor game by the Texans. A very poor showing.
Very lackluster effort offensively, most certainly. I just Andrew Luck. I mean, you can't fault the defense in the second half. Andrew Luck couldn't put any points on the board in the second half. They just dug too deep of a hole,
Right.
and they had a shot there at the end where a couple things bounced their way. They're looking at maybe getting close at the end, but it didn't matter.
They played better in the second half for sure. DeAndre Hopkins was playing better. Lamar Miller's a little bit better. But when you're watching it, they should have ran the ball more. They were putting too much on Deshaun Watson's shoulders. And at the end of the day, he's not a rookie, but he still kind of is a rookie in the playoff scenario. So they put too much pressure on him. They should have ran it more or should have run it more. But maybe the Indianapolis run defense was so good that they didn't have a chance to do that. But either way, Texans with the loss, could have told you that. Fuck you, Bill O'Brien. You suck. You're not good. You're trash.
Trash. Take him out.
Results.
Take Bill out. Put him by the curb. Guys coming for him on Tuesday morning. He'll be a fun.
Craigslist.
I know what the HOA
Craigslist
says.
curb alert.
Just fucking leave him out there.
I put it on Craigslist. I put on curb alert. Okay, somebody's gonna come soon. Just somebody's gonna come and pick it up. Don't worry.
It's gonna be gone in no time. All right. Don't even worry about it. All right. Don't even worry about it.
Doesn't matter if it's raining. Somebody's still gonna come get it. Chill.
Yeah. They'll just dry it out.
The sun's gonna come right after. It's gonna be fine.
Relax. It's gonna be fine. Last game of the weekend to talk about: Seahawks at the Cowboys. Seahawks 22, Cowboys 24. Seahawks with a very this game went off at 2.5. Cowboys given 2.5, or was it given 2.5? Yeah. So that 2-point conversion there at the end for the Seahawks was a ball buster for many who had money on the Cowboys. The Cowboys were minus 2.5. Seahawks plus 2.5. So that got them under and got the Seahawks cover. And I do believe it also made it hit the over as well. So it was a huge 2-point conversion courtesy of Sebastian Janikowski, basically tearing his fucking ass off of his leg trying to hit that field goal. Trying to hit that long field goal.
He just like kicked the field goal and then had like a senior moment and just kind of like fell to the ground. It was like, oh, my fucking leg. Oh, yeah. These beer and cigarettes. He had the look
on his face, the regret of a guy in his late 30s in his work suit that decides to get on a skateboard when he remembers that he used to do that at some point in his life, and then befell a very predictable injury. You know, it's like, dude, you shouldn't have done that. That's why you got hurt. He knows he shouldn't have kicked it that ball that hard. I think it was a 58-yarder or 57-yarder or whatever.
Did he make it? I think he hit it, right?
He was trying to relive that old glory. He's that guy trying to go out to the bar and drink like he used to when he was 22.
Yeah.
And then you just see him. Damn it, Sebastian.
I only drank 3 Coors, man. I'm only 3 Coors in. I'm already fucked up. I don't get it, man. Oh, my God. I got to...
That second set of Jaeger bombs, he's off to the bathroom.
I used to drink a ton of Gatorade.
You can't do that anymore. What were you thinking? What were you thinking? Of course you're going to hurt yourself.
Of course, dude. You choose bagel bites over like walking and stretching. You know, you reap what you sow. You know, you look like you look like everybody's dad at the Little League game. You know,
he's a Tank Abbott of the NFL as far as the strength and conditioning. I don't think he's a bad guy like that. Like Tank is. Tank, very bad guy.
Sebastian's got to be old, man. He's got to be in his late 40s, right? He's been in the league for a minute.
Yeah, he's in his 40s somewhere. I don't know. I don't care enough to look it up, but he's old. And he's got, it's not just that. It's not just the years. It's a mileage, too. He's not been doing just wheatgrass like Tom Brady and pliability exercises to where he can get smashed by defensive linemen multiple times every game and be okay. He tried to kick a fucking football too hard and put himself out of commission.
Yeah. You should have eaten some flaxseed,
he's up on
bro.
the first tee of the golf course and just tries to hit it 400, and then he just fucks up his back.
He's Happy Gilmore, just cranking the bitch, you know, just fucking going for it.
Yeah, but then after he does the Happy Gilmore, he tweaks his back and he just ends up riding around.
He was out for the game, right? That's why they.
Yeah, that's why they went for that 2-pointer at the end. They didn't have a reliable field goal kicker.
That's awesome. I don't understand why you can't like. If you're punting these balls, you know, Janikowski's not punting, is he? He shouldn't be. So why don't you get the punter to just nail it right between the uprights? I feel like that would have been a little bit better, you know?
The punter's a pretty shitty field goal kicker, apparently. The announcers were talking about how they had him out there and they saw him kicking some. They said it wasn't pretty. It wasn't pretty.
Yeah, but dude, an extra point. Come on. I feel like an extra point is an extra point. You know, it's only 35 yards. It's not like you got like this like 50-yard bomber.
No, but
I mean, with like the wind.
Cody Parkey, NFL kicker, what he did that at 42 or 43 yards.
Yeah, but he couldn't handle the pressure of big.
He couldn't.
So things are a little different, you know.
What's to say that a punter who never really does that could handle pressure
I don't
from
know.
a slightly shorter distance?
I don't know,
I
but if I was a
agree.
coach, I'd put money on my punter versus the 2 pointer. I mean, luckily they did convert, so it's not the end of the world. But, if they didn't convert, they're down 21-24 or whatever it is. 21,
It's
24.
just like it's kind of like Mike D'Antoni, his three points and layups. If it's equal amount that you're gonna make a 3-pointer as a long two, just shoot a 3-pointer.
Yeah, shoot the
So if
three.
it's 50-50 on the extra point attempt and it's 50-50 on the 2-pointer, just go for the 2-pointer. Why not?
All right, Mike
Like
Tomlin.
why the fuck
Relax, Mike
not?
Tomlin.
Whoa. I don't even have any sunglasses on, all right?
But you do rock a hat, man. You do look good in a hat, so I gotta say.
I don't wear a hat very much.
You don't wear hats?
Not that much. I mean, I'll wear them every now and again. But I
feel
don't
like
have like a.
you're near Portland. That's an area where you can be hip. You know what I mean? Why don't you go to like Ross and get yourself like a snapback for like $4? Rock like a
What's a
fucking,
snapback?
I don't know. It's those hats that like people of the urban genre, they rock those hats and they have like the flat brim and like the forehead's kind of bigger. It's like you leave the sticker on it, you know.
Okay, I mean it's like a baseball hat, but it's
It's like
I know what you're
stylish
talking
though.
about.
You know what I mean? It's not like
Yeah.
your dad's baseball hat where you curve the fuck out of it. It's like you've worn the same one for like 30 years and it's all dirty and shit and there's pieces of grass.
Yeah,
and
I
dirt,
can't do
know?
that. I can't do those. I would look stupid in one of those.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was asking. I'm just asking,
Yeah, I couldn't do one of those. I would look stupid.
Maybe
I
like-
can wear your dad's baseball hat
Right,
and be
right.
okay.
What
I
about
can't
that
do-
plus like a tap out shirt, like a sick tap out shirt,
I'll get on the internet. I'll get that. Get some more jeans from my boy over there at the Buckle, and I'll have it
Go back to the
I'll have it
Buckle.
going on. Go get
These
fucking
jeans are
harassed
for
and shamed.
people like me.
Those are like for people like me. So, pardon me, sir,
guys. I called you guys. I meant guys plural.
sir.
Whatever happened to that guy, man? I hope he's better. I hope he's feeling good.
I hope so too. I hope they're feeling better.
I hope
So-
he just cut his hair and started wearing t-shirts again. No bra,
Oh fuck.
You know what I mean?
No, I don't really know. I don't really know what you mean, but it's probably better that way. It's
Yeah.
probably better that way.
It's just my mild transphobia coming out. But anywho, going back to Seahawks Cowboys, I was a little surprised about that. That was a really good game. I'm glad I got a chance to watch it. Dak Prescott impressed the hell out of me. He played great. It was a good game. I was excited about that. But we'll see how far the Cowboys can go into because they got the Rams next week. I don't know if the Rams are gonna or the Cowboys are gonna be able to surpass the Rams. Although I will say the Cowboys defense is playing pretty good.
I think that's a good matchup for them, though. I think the Cowboys. I think the Rams are a good matchup for them. So I don't know what that line's going to be, but the Rams have been up and down. I think have they played the Cowboys yet this year? I don't think they have.
The Rams, I don't know. I'm not sure. Let me look it up.
I think the Cowboys played the NFC South, not the NFC West. But I feel like that's a good matchup for them. I don't know why. Skip Bayless is going to be intolerable. Should the Cowboys win that game and make it to the NFC Championship game, and I just feel like that's everyone's destiny to have to deal with that, particularly after what happened to Oklahoma. We got that Clemson game tomorrow, Clemson Alabama. Who you got there?
I know we were talking about it last time. I got to go Bama. I mean, you can't root against Alabama. I know everybody's saying that Clemson has a chance, and I'm not saying they don't have a chance. But if Tua is firing and Tua is healthy, they're going to be in control. They're going to be up quick. They're going to be in control the whole game, and they're going to have 400 rowdy Tuas in the stadium going bananas. So, no, I think Alabama's going to take it. I have no reason to think otherwise.
Man, I just fucking Clemson's so good though. I think people just
They're
underestimate
good.
how
They're
good
good.
Clemson
They're
is.
not bad, but remember, it's that SEC defense. You know, it really is. I mean, Clemson reminds me very much of Georgia and Alabama. Even though they were down to Georgia, they still were able to pull through. So that's a game. I'm glad that Alabama had to kind of push through that Georgia game because that's kind of what they're going to be facing with Clemson. Kind of a quick team, good running game.
I
I
think
think it'll
this
be a
game
good
is
one.
much more like the last 3 quarters against Oklahoma. I feel like that's
Okay.
a lot more the game. Just
What do
back
you
and
mean?
forth,
What do you mean?
back
Should
and
it be back and
forth,
forth?
no clear advantage. And Alabama got played those. I got outplayed those last 3 quarters.
Hmm.
So I don't know. I always root. I mean, I don't. Obviously, my team is long gone, out of any sort of relevancy in anything that resembles college football's bigger picture. So I like to root for whatever reason, I like to root for the evil empires, that being Alabama. I think they're at 6 points still, but I'll take Clemson in those 6 points. So I think this is fucking
Really?
tooth and nail. And it's gonna come down to one play, one way or the other, because that's how all of these games have been for this whole series.
Well, let me
And
jump
I
in
think
for a
it's just
second.
another one.
Who's doing the coverage for that game? Is it going to be ESPN? Is it going
I
to be
believe
ESPN
so.
coverage? That's
I
going to be
think
fucking
it's Herb
terrible.
Street and Fowler. They're
Kirk-
good though.
Kirky?
Those two are good.
Yeah, those are okay.
Yeah, Chris Fowler and Kirk Herbstreit.
Yeah, Kirky.
So, I think I don't know. I mean, that's who it was last year, and it was on E ESPN.
We were talking about it before. I just hate ESPN coverage. I know I briefly brought it up when we were talking. Before the pod, Colts Texans, but that was the ABC ESPN coverage is so lackluster. I mean, they missed extra points, they missed touchdowns, they were doing all these goofy fucking things. They were very clearly putting the commercials first, and it really ruined the game. I mean, it really did. It was pretty unwatchable. They were so bad that I missed Buck and Troy Aikman. I was like, oh, where's Buck? You know, where's Buck and his reasoning and his
people
logic?
People are getting
man?
on Troy Aikman for looking high. Apparently,
He always looking
during
high
the
though.
broadcast.
His eyes are always red.
Yeah, he's got something. I don't think that he's just
Allergies.
sparking doobies. He's got something.
He's got allergies, man. From what I understand, he gets allergy shots every week. Leave the man alone, okay?
Leave him alone, people. But that ESPN crew, horrific. Horrific. Booger, I don't know. I tried to come around on Booger. It's just not there for me. I don't like him. I don't like Whitten.
I think you and Booger would get along. You and Booger could probably play some Cards Against Humanity together and get some sick ones together. But I don't know, man. He's just not good at announcing or whatever, commentating. He just isn't good. But
he's better studio guy.
Right. I do like the Boogermobile, though. I like the Boogermobile. So.
I don't like the Boogermobile. There's no reason for that. There's no reason for that.
Yeah, but imagine you spend you save up all your money to go to the game and you're pumped to see whatever Cowboys Seahawks. You're pumped, you're excited, and then you get there, and Booger's there and he's in the way, and then there's like a 50-inch Samsung TV projecting the game the live
I'm glad that I spent $3,000 on those tickets.
I'd be mad as fuck, dude. Give me my money back, dude. This is worse than me being at home, dude. And Booger's there.
Move.
Booger. Move.
Booger. Move.
Booger. God. Fucking get a tailor, Booger. You don't fit those suits right, brother. I would just harass the guy and have a good time, but
I'd get up on him. But that's to come. Next week's matchups. What do we got here?
I think the big one, let's see, for next week.
Chargers are going to be at the Patriots.
That'll be good.
The Colts are going to be at the Kansas City Chiefs.
People are saying Chiefs have never beaten the Colts. Never beaten the Colts. The Chiefs. Hello, Mom. Yeah, no, the Chiefs have never beaten the Colts, so in a playoff scenario. So that's going to be a good one. Eagles Saints, I think that's going to be a bad game. Cowboys Rams, I'm not excited about that either, but I am excited. Chargers Patriots, Colts Chiefs. I think those two AFC games will be good.
Well, I mean, I think we got an upset brewing the Bayou, obviously, first and foremost. Let's just get that out of the way. Upset alert for everyone in New Orleans. Right, they did get that Fiesta Bowl win. LSU, you took down the defending national championship. UCF.
UCF.
What are they, the Knights?
UCF.
The Knights.
Golden Knights. The Golden Knights.
Golden Knights, pardon me. But I'm all over that New Orleans game. I don't know what the spread is. I'm on the Eagles again. Just give it to me. And, hey, until they're the king until they're not the king. And it wasn't perfect today, but it was good to see them get the win. I'll be rooting for them up and until the point where Nick Foles is no longer their quarterback. So this could be the last ride for everybody, Philly. This could be the last ride for all of us, me included. It's been a fun one, though.
Yeah. What
Poker
about,
guy,
Chargers?
closing thoughts for the
Patriots?
weekend, or do you have anything else? Anything other fun things to share?
Let me see here. Not really, man. I played some ping pong today, so like my glutes are feeling nice. So I'm excited to go to sleep and stretch out my glutes a little bit. Do what Sebastian Janikowski didn't do for the last 20 years, and then get a good night's rest and enjoy. And I'm gonna enjoy the week, man. I'm excited for the weather. I guess in Florida it's gonna be good too. Weather's gonna be nice. It's gonna be between 50 to 70 degrees. So we're gonna be having a good time down here in Florida. But that's about it.
Look
brother.
at you, man. It sounds like you're really attacking 2019. Good for you. Go
It's
get after it.
2019, man. It's the year of the dragon. So
Is it the year of the dragon? You're just saying that.
I think I'm just saying that. I'm hoping I'm
I
lucky.
think you're probably just saying it too. I don't know what other years there are,
I'm hoping I'm getting lucky though.
but it could very well be the year of the dragon. So if it is, you guys have a great year. If it's not, hey, you have a great year too. We'll be back here to preview the divisional round of the week of the NFL playoffs.